Well, greetings everybody, and welcome to this week's edition of the Inworld Review. This is a show where we travel all over the hypergrid, looking at destinations, places to go, people to talk to, and a lot of arts, and particular focus on art today, in fact. Right, if you don't know what the hypergrid is, it's a system that links grids, in other words, virtual worlds, together that you can travel between them. A bit like a sort of multiplex version of Second Life, where instead of just one walled garden, there are about hundreds or thousands of different grids, mostly a bit smaller than Second Life, but they all connect together, and that system is known as a hypergrid, and it allows you to communicate as well as travel between worlds. Hi, my name is Mal Burns. You knew that, didn't you? My right-hand man is on my right-hand side, as he normally is.
Ha-
If he's not sitting, he's fiddling with his knob, fiddling with knobs, is he? Yes,
hmm
something like that. The
Yep.
technician guy. His name is James. James Atlloud. Welcome.
Hi, Mel. Glad to see you again this week. Things are heating up this spring with conferences and activities, so we are busy people.
Yeah, it's funny. This is an appropriately quiet weekend for a show that's actually a bit of a catch-up, but we'll come to that in a second.
Ah, okay.
Also, of course, my wonderful co-host Tosha Tyran is on the. Actually, she's on my right-hand side. I've got it wrong now. I'm looking at it from the audience
Your
point of view.
television or your avatar? I think you're talking
My
about your
avatar.
avatar.
Yes, exactly. You're on my right-hand side. On my left-hand side, anyway, is Tosha Tyran. Welcome, Tosh.
Well, thank you, Mel. A little unusual the introduction, but nice.
Yeah, we different introduction every week until I run out of ideas. Yeah, got to vary it all a little bit, haven't we? Okay, now we're doing something a bit, well, not that different today, but basically Safari is on holiday, as it were, so we haven't got any catch up to do there. And the one new region I was intending to cover was Calamity in terms of filming or anything, and it was probably too big to feature properly anyway. We actually have a couple of features here from time to time that are on sort of standby. In other words, we film them in the hope of getting a guest to go with them in the past, and we're going to look at one of those films today. Basically, it was the opening of an exhibition featuring the work of Tina Bay. Now, Tina does not do, I don't think I've got her on any kind of communication system. She's a regular on Safari, but she had an installation and we filmed the opening, and we're going to actually look at that today and talk about it as we go. Before that, however, our new studio home, of course, here is in Craft Grid, and we've got a couple of things for Craft Grid. On the big screen behind me, we have the Cafenio blog, Kafeneo, and the address is cafenio.blog. Simple as that. www.cafenio.blog. And one post this week basically is about a digital word. Let's do this again. A digital bookshelf idea inspired by and dedicated to Giuseppe Granieri, I believe is how you pronounce it. This Lorenzo again. Then, yeah, full size picture there. They had a sort of little meeting there, quite colourful. And moving down, I'll just read out what we've got here. As I say, you'll find this at their blog. But this is recently in Craft World in a sim called Academy. They remembered Giuseppe 1 year after his passing, and they did so by retracing the stages of his biography as a thinker, writer, philosopher of digital, and presenting the object a shelf for digital culture, inspired by and dedicated to Giuseppe. The project was conceived and written together with Fabio Fornassari for the Polo Biblio. It's in English, but not. The places are not in English. Anyway, his birthplace and flanked by events in the real creation of a digital bookshelf in Belo's Fab Lab, which will enhance Giuseppe's important contribution to the formation of digital culture, alongside that of so many other scholars, historical and contemporary, of the web and its impact on our individual and collective lives. My gosh, this is a handful. It's only about one paragraph, but reading it makes it sound like an epic. Project summarizes and projects the future path of Unacademy Italia, Unconventional Academy of Digital Culture, which was founded in 2007. It retraces its history and makes its strength of the continuation of educational and laboratory activities in craft world and in the real world, thanks to my personal commitment, that of Fabio Fornassari.
I'll give you a hand with the Italian names, okay?
Yeah, there you go, Fabio.
Okay. Fabio Fornassari, Luciana Mattei, Tonino Lane, Giuseppe Granieri's family members, and in collaboration with the Polo Bibliotecario di Potenza, Director Luigi Catalani.
Very good.
I'd always
Give
call
me an
Tonino
applause,
Tonino
please.
Lane.
I should have got your. I should have got
Tonino
your.
Lane, okay.
Yeah, that's what I
That is
said.
English.
That's
but
English, yeah.
Yeah,
But in
right,
Italian, it would be Tonino Lane.
Lani. Thank you.
So what we got here? Okay. Oh well, you have to go to the blog for this. There's a few credits to other crafty and people, so, and there's various other pictures there which I can't go through as a slideshow on this particular blog, but you can see them there. So you can go and check it all out at cafeneo.blog. And yep, that's it for there. Now we haven't done Hypergrid happenings for a long while actually, but we're sort of thinking of bringing it back. So we're starting off with one Hypergrid happening. So I'm going to throw it over again to Tosha.
Do you want the music, Mel? I think I still have it.
You could do if you want.
I'm sorry.
Oh wait.
Oops, that wasn't it. There it is.
Yeah.
We don't have the slide, do we?
We don't have the slide right now, but at least we know we've still got it.
All right.
Oh yeah, Tosha.
to Tosha.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, there will be a concert of Lorenza Colligino and Velázquez Boneto in the Museum del Metaverso. And I have tried to find out what the concert will be all about, but I haven't been able to, unfortunately. But as it is, Lorenza just wrote something to me. Let me read that to you.
Oh, lovely.
Or I have to translate it at first. Okay, so I will take a moment to translate it, and then I will read it to you, and you can maybe
while you're doing that,
fill the time.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, it's on the 20th. Yeah, while you're doing that, I'll just read out what I can see in English. It's on the 28th of March, which is not this Friday, but the Friday after, I guess. And it's 10 o'clock Central European time. I'm not entirely sure whether we will caught up with, we'll be back on summer times by then or not. And yeah, Velasquez, he performed at HIE last year, so this could well be a kind of visual music performance. That's about all I can tell from the picture in front of me. So
Okay, now I got the translation, if you like.
Yes, perfect timing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Velázquez Boneto has set to music with the help of AI one of my long poems about a religious chant, though marked by a secular and at times despairing spirituality about the hours of the day and the emotions stirred in me by the passing of time, along with all the commitments, illusions, dissolutions, and utopias I carry with me. It is the song of a woman immersed in her time, aware of the obligations imposed by tradition, but also aware of her rights and of how difficult it is, despite of the progress made towards equality, to see them fully recognized, not just for herself, but for all of us. I end my text with the word rebirth, expressing the exhaustible energy for life with which I face every hour for myself and for myself and for all.
For everybody.
Nice.
Oh,
I
well,
think that will be very interesting because Lorenza is a very committed and a very wonderful woman,
yeah.
and
Yes,
very
indeed.
committed to the women rights and to the women's history. And Velasquez is a great musician.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah, I think I think on that blog again, Lorenzo writing. I think it was last week we had another post on that blog, which was actually the International Women's Day and the women's celebrations the week before last. Anyway, yep. So that is good. But that's marvelous job of translation there, considering you just got it mailed,
Mm.
message to you on the spot, so to speak. So yeah, good. Good load of info on that. So thanks, Lorenzo, and thanks obviously Tosha for reading it out, translating it. God,
Wow.
it's like
But
wildfire, isn't it? You're faster than Google.
thanks to HI.
Yeah, you're faster than Google on the translations.
Yeah.
I guess you're
Well,
used to
well,
it now. Yeah. Okay, so that's good stuff. The MDM region in Craft here, and that's 28th of the month, which is a Friday. I know because we have to go and talk about HIE somewhere else. Right. Okay. So let's dive straight in now to the one sole feature really for this week's show. Um, an artist called Tina Bay. She frequently is on safari, and I think I think we've had a couple of safari visits to things she's actually built and initiated. Um, but in terms of being online and stuff, she's almost well, she's even more elusive than Cherry Mango, who's another brilliant artist whose work speaks for itself, really. Um, I mentioned Cherry here briefly because the first little clip I have here, I'm going to start playing it now for you. These are basically it's a 5 minute sort of slideshow of pictures, really. But these pictures are all taken by Cherry Manga, but of Tina Bay's work, if you can see what I mean. And you can see as we're going through here, this weird, surreal. I don't really know what to call it. It's very unique. I guess you've known Cherry probably on the European side. You've probably known her longer and aware of her longer than I have, Tosha. Although,
well,
um, mm,
well, this is
with-
now this is now Tina, right?
yeah. The
Okay.
work, the work here
Okay.
is Tina. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. It's
Well,
just the photographs were taken by Cherry, so it's
oh, okay.
Cherry's slideshow of Tina.
Okay.
If you, it's just a way to.
Sherry's point of view.
Yeah.
Mm. Well, like the only thing I can say is, well, the photos I think they're pretty fantastic. Um, the only thing I can say is that I just really, really love Tina's work, and I love Tina. She is a fabulous, fantastic woman, and she's very sweet and very intelligent. Unfortunately, her English is so, or maybe also her personal, I don't know, feelings about being in public is so that she will not come to an interview with us,
Yeah.
and I'm very sorry about it. The only thing I can say that she's an Argentinian woman and really very interesting also to talk to.
Yeah, we had even thought she might have joined us in the YouTube chat or something like that. But
Yeah.
yeah, it's not actually that unusual for artists, especially good ones. Got a lot to say in their art to not really want to say anything except in their art, if you see what I mean. Some illustrators, comic strip artists, things like that, sort of, they speak volumes when they're putting pen to paper, but or paint to paper, or paint to canvas. I don't know, but you can't get them to interview or to explain things for love of money. The explanation is whatever you make of it, I guess, and that's the way they want it to be. But these if you know the virtual world and the way Open Simulator like Second Life approaches building and things like that, then you can see a lot of meaning in these pictures. I think if you're not familiar with the way things are built and presented in World, some of these might look very odd indeed, especially given the camera angles. But
Oh, I found something about Tina in the internet. You want me to read it?
yeah, sure. Yeah, the more the better. We're really just going to be looking at pictures, so read us
Okay,
whatever we
okay.
want.
You just keep passing the pictures, but it's a little longer text, so I will read it. Okay.
Yeah, fine.
Um,
Lovely.
Tina Bay is a distinguished visual artist renowned for her innovative work within virtual environments. With a rich academic background and numerous accolades in the fine arts, she transitioned from traditional mediums to immersive 3D platforms over a decade ago. Her initial her initial venture into virtual art began with the Araucana region in OS Grid, where she explored science fiction themes through futuristic constructions floating on the seas. These projects marked the start of her deep engagement with the metaverse, allowing her to I cannot read well, allowing her to work with unparalleled creative freedom. In November 2024, Tina unveiled her solar punk region. I think that's where the most of the pictures will come from
Yeah,
today.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
On the Pangea grid, reflecting her vision of a sustainable and ecological future. This expensive project combines elements of the solar punk movement with personal narrative addressing contemporary issues such as war, migration, and digital addiction. The region offers visitors a rich tapestry of scenes that blend imaginative childhood memories with adult concerns, all rendered in intricate detail. Beyond Open Sim platform, Tina showcases her artistry in various digital venues. Her Instagram profile describes her as a visual artist, 3D scene builder in simulators like OpenSim. Additionally, her AI-generated artworks are featured on Deep Dream Generator, where she experiments with futuristic biomorphic designs set against lunar landscapes. Tina also curated virtual exhibitions on platforms like Spatial, presenting her latest sculptures and paintings in immersive 3D galleries. Through these diverse platforms, Tina Bay continues to push the boundary of digital arts, inviting audience to explore her visionary creations within the expansive realms of virtual worlds. That was it.
Oh, right. Okay. So now I can move to where we were. Okay. Well, as you said, the video we took, the exhibition is the solar punk region, paradise of creativity and sustainability. She says here, and of course it was, as you mentioned, it was on Pangea Grid. Um, I'll leave. This is actually I've just paused the film here, so you can
Okay.
read what you can see of this. But where optimism and I haven't. I haven't paused it after all, have I? Oops, that's a bit naughty. All right, there we go. In a world where optimism and imagination intertwine, the solar pump region is born, a space where the vision of a better future becomes reality. Green cities, renewable energy, and cooperative societies become fundamental pillars of the community. The place is more than a concept, it's a refuge for creative freedom, where she has formed small groups focused on current concerns and problems. Without a strict guiding thread, every corner of this region reflects a naive look at the play and childish fantasies that we all carry within ourselves. The installations you will find here are inspired by episodes from her current life and her childhood, creating a dialogue between past and present. With an academic background in fine arts, she decided to explore art in the metaverse, enjoying the freedom that this space offers, far from the pressures and commitments of the physical world. Here, creation becomes an act of pure happiness, where living within the work is a unique experience. In the solar punk region, we continue to play, dream, and create, building together a future full of hope and colour. And she says, thank you for joining us on this journey. And indeed, this is a kind of 5-minute introduction, so I think it's gonna fade into the journey in just a second. Or maybe I have to fast. There we are. Here we go. So that was a billboard at the opening of the exhibition, which covers a whole. There's an indoor bit. There's lots of different exhibits. As she posts, that's not an exhibit. That's me, unfortunately. There we are. You could also get onto this. What do you call them? Jet skis or something? And bit of an odd position, as you can see. I opened this bit of film by doing it myself. You basically got to guide the thing around. You've got the ocean and a few things like floating solar panels and stuff on the ocean itself. Like here, a big array of solar panels, in fact. And obviously, I was having a bit of a problem navigating around them. But basically, you've got to head to the land, whatever. The indoor one is in that building there, which we'll see in a minute. And these are the introductory texts that you see when you land. The landing area is quite literally that pier, or whatever you call it, and the information. And there you are, the grand opening of Solar Punk. Don't ask me what day it was now. Actually, it's about. This was filmed on the 23rd of November last year, so I think it was the day after the opening that I did the filming.
Yeah, in the text that I read, it said that the opening was on the 24th of November last year.
Oh, right. So I filmed the day before. Right, look at it. Yeah.
We filmed the day before, it seems.
I don't know whether it's still open. I don't know if there's any reason it wouldn't be.
Oh, I think so.
Yeah, I mean, looking at all these stills as well. I think sometimes I think the stills are better than the immersive. Well, they're all. Yeah, they really look like surrealist kind of paintings or something when you take the still. But of course, the experience is Inworld. Made a little mirror there. There's the lady herself posing in front of a moonscape or something. She always dresses very. I always recognise her by a sort of almost sci-fi kind of dress code.
Yes.
Not always the same, but it's usually, I think, safe to say, fairly similar. I don't know what that bloke's doing there. Although we didn't have him there actually. The Zook of SpaceX. I think this was all before before all these tech titans and.
Oh no, and this is. Tina said that one of her. Well, this is different now, but the picture of the children, one of her things that she that she talks about with her art a lot is war and the consequences of war, especially for children, and that's where the picture of the children came in, and refugees and migration.
Oh, and here, of course, is where
That's where Mel got Paul McCartney.
Yes, he's in the studio here today watching us actually. So, but then he's playing the same song there as he is now. But yeah, tribute to Beatles. I was a bit worried about Zuckerberg and Musk actually. It was this obviously predates the well, not only the rise of Trump, but also particularly the rise of Musk and the way all these tech titans like Zuckerberg have been sort of what I refer to as kissing the rump of Trump. Got a certain ring to it, actually.
It's got a ring.
And yeah, sort of. I'm not. I'm not so happy about them being there anyway. But right, here's another little bit of notice, something about her. Ideas come like the air I breathe. Since I was young, I've been extremely curious, which has allowed me to capture details of the world around us. Thanks to fine art schools I've attended throughout my life, I've mastered several techniques and skills: painting, drawing, sculpture, scenography, and photography, amongst others. I'm always willing to experiment with new media techniques, which allows me to innovate and create works that challenge norms and conventions. I seek to communicate emotions and feelings through my work, and that's enough for now. I got through a bit of it there. Obviously, if you go to visit this Pangea Grid and Solarpunk, I guess you can look up Solarpunk when you arrive at Pangea Grid and find it. There she is again. I should have paused so I could read out more of that document, but we've got quite a lot to go. Oh, no wonder it's paused. It's the end of the film. Right, so that was the introductory bit. Then I got another... yeah, there we are. Then I got the main film. Now, this is 25 minutes, so we're going to be... look, this is the inside of that building we saw a minute ago. And from the inside, you're now leaving. And we saw this in the previous bit of film, but this is the bit where I actually take a tour of the installations all around here. And there's a final film I've got later where we go back inside that introductory building, so to speak. So this is, I mean, the imagination is, you know, you got an asteroid there, or was it a moon? I don't know, but just hanging there, and there's a big area of land here. You know, you've got a sculpture in the rock there. It's all these little details. Whether I don't know these are animesh so much as just, well, some of them are, but posed figures. But Ukrainian colours there, I guess. And yeah, here we are. Touch and go whether I actually got that, whether I ever did I pan in to read the text there. It's hard to know.
I just sent you the address of the Solarpunk region in Pangea Grid.
Oh, right.
Okay, I can put that up.
If James saw that, he can make a lower third, actually.
Okay.
If he wants to, yeah. The Iron Dome. Yes, that's the Israeli thing, isn't it? I don't know. It's such a laid back in this strange thing in the sky. Do apologise that I didn't stop the camera to read what was written on the ground there.
It's hard to read them online anyway, Mal. So
yeah, true.
I mean, on video. Excuse me.
On video, yeah.
All right, it's on the lower third.
Okay, lovely.
Yep. Go there.
So,
it's great. I had a great time there. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, always.
I think there maybe should be a slash in there somewhere, Tosha, but I think it's close.
Yeah, just my kind of thing. A lot of the props you use there, the wall and the trees and things, have been very similar to the stuff I've been scattering around on our region here where the studio is. Not that I could even approach the artistic...
Oh, this is wonderful. Look at this old shack with a solar roof.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
It's really funny.
And the wind generator, I guess.
Yeah.
Although that's not... Actually, it could be wind or water. But
well, no, that seems a wind generator. But the wind generators, I tell you, for example, here in Spain, they used to have them on every house. But they took them all away when the when it was not so modern anymore, and it's really a shame because they
Now,
were
now they
very
want,
useful.
now they want them
Now they
back.
want
Yeah,
to replace them again, yes. But every
yeah,
farmer's house had a wind generator, and they depended wholly on that.
yeah. It's so sad, really, in modern society. Is sort of in, we've known about global warming and ecology since the 70s, probably before, but I've been aware of it since then. And yet, over that period of time from then to now, only now are people thinking, we've got to do something about this, and we've got to bring back trams, and we've got to bring back windmills, and we've got to bring back water
Yeah.
mills. And, why his bright idea was to get rid of them in the first place. Oh, this is a clever one. That's that rock. Till you zoom into it, you don't actually see the guy. I mean, as she says, there's so much meaning of all this, and it really is just down to us looking at it to read what we can into it based on what little she's told us. This is a case of the camera getting lost in this mesh. There's a long shot of the ocean behind. There's stuff scattered around out there, as we'll see later. Do up. Oh, that's something like that. There's a lot of familiarity. It's like the stone steps and some of the shapes of the buildings and things. She's obviously recycled some ideas to several places. Oh, is that? Oh no, that's. I thought for a second that was the Statue of Liberty falling into the water. It looked a bit like the crown of what's her name. Oh, that's nice, clever. Oh, yeah.
What Tina has so often is she has such playful figures and such really surprising combinations.
Yeah.
Very often, I think.
Yeah, dark topics, but still with very hopeful, lovely figures.
Yeah, and a very light presentation,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
and she kind of wakes up the child in me a little bit. You have the feeling you want to play with all the things
Yeah.
you see of hers.
That's so true, Tasha.
So that reminds me a bit maybe of like fairy tales where often, children read them and they are like fairy tales, seemingly innocent, but in fact have deep messages in them.
Yeah,
For
yeah.
those who knew about the state of the world when they were written, or in general.
This
Um,
one is one of her favorite, well, my favorite works of hers. This head with the which is open and has the landscape inside.
yeah, got the kind of 3D McGree
But
effect, really. The McGree artist, Rene McGree.
uh,
Yeah.
uh, but I also like very much her, the children or childish figures that she has everywhere, so colorful and so, yeah, surprising also.
Um, visage. So it's fascinating. Again, it's the thing, kids, they like being scared by the clown, but adults, tell stories where the clown is, obscuring his identity and is actually a menace, the horror stories.
Yeah, what I
It-
think, like in this balloon that you just shown, or that you had just shown, is that there's a very bleak scene, like very poor people, very desolated, and then on top of it, floating a woman, in such a peaceful position. At the
yeah.
same time, I'm always surprised by her works.
Yep.
It no, Safari never actually visited this region, did it? It was
No, I think we did.
another. I think it was another
No,
day. There was an
we
opening
have
event.
we
Yeah.
have visited a region of hers, but not this one.
Okay. I just remember going there, and I love those jet skis. They're so much fun, and
Yeah.
they work so well.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
And of
yeah, I
course,
hopped
Paul.
around quite a bit also there, and
Yeah,
I really
yeah.
found it very interesting and enjoyable.
A lot of people, I think, were at the opening, which made me feel like it was a sort of an off calendar safari kind of thing. Same people, but or the uh, or the artistic fraternity as well. She's there's a lot of prestige with other artists as well. Don't quite know what those are. Yeah, the land portion of this is in a sort of strange curve. I think I went back realizing I'd missed something. I don't know. It's funny when you're cammering around a large region, you can lose your sense of direction and think, now, did I get to
Mm,
that bit?
mm.
Yeah, yes, this is all new. Yeah.
Oh, and she also makes some very curious and beautiful houses,
Yeah, true.
Yeah, and
all
they're all
different
mesh.
shapes, and they don't look like houses at all, but they are. You know, that I really like that
She
also.
does those in Blender or something.
Oh, don't ask me. I
Definitely a lot
haven't
of
asked
mesh.
her about
Yeah.
it.
Yeah,
Yes,
well, they are
I
clearly
think
mesh.
she
Yeah,
works in Mesh, but I don't know if in Blender or any other program.
Maya or
yeah, it could be
anything else.
Unity.
Oh,
Yeah,
Unity,
mm.
right?
it's just yeah. Yeah, something with her library, I think, because she's obviously good at making components and then mixing and matching them for
Um,
different
well,
scenes.
more than anything, I think she has an imagination that is so gigantic. You know, I could never make things like that because I don't have so much imagination,
Yeah,
and I think that's fantastic. You know, I mean, who'd ever have the idea to make such houses, all with solar collectors on the top of it, even, you know?
yeah. It's a shame we can't interview her really, but
Yeah.
I not so I think the work does speak for itself, obviously, but you know, when I interview an artist, for example, I'm very curious about things like technique, so
Yeah. Yeah.
this doesn't really tell me that much about technique because does she do that first, then add this, or
Mm,
does she receive the whole thing first and make sure it's all
mm.
together before putting it down? And yeah, uh, lots of things.
On the HIE um, sim, she also has some very nice
Oh,
works of hers. You can see them when you walk along the path among the booths. You find some really nice things of hers.
Yeah. And again, those playful children.
Yes.
Yep.
I think we had some film of that. We did a little bit of advanced filming on the booths and things, but no way get all the way around it in one film. But I think we saw a bit of that the other week. Oh no, that's right. Now we're up in Mars and methane. Total departure from this planet. There's something else these buildings remind me of too, and I can't place it. It's not the shapes and the architecture and the textures and things. It's something else that feels like it's an influence. There's so much detail there. I do notice this stuff here that I recognise from elsewhere. You know, it's like me. Stuff she's picked up and then utilised for her own purposes. Which is, you know, you can take a figure, you can take an object, you can take a location, and totally from wildly different places and juxtapose them to create a whole new story, kind of thing, which is doing things. My shiny trees. Oh, wonder if I got one of them. Oh, yes, very good. And they're so delicate, so well posed. They look like. I presume she's had to make all these figures, or most of them herself, just to get them in the right poses for the. Because they're not animesh, are they? They're just static. And more for wireframe type things.
Yeah, but you know, I'm sure there are quite a few things that she picked up somewhere, but then she adds the figures like the head of the woman in Mesh that she put on
Yeah.
the side, or this woman here, or that's probably her own thing altogether. But that makes it so surprising, you know, the combination of things that she uses.
Yeah. There was just so much here. I just forgotten exactly how much there was of all these little places out on the water.
Well, this, I think, for example, the house was made by her, and probably the furniture she picked up somewhere and put them there, because I can hardly imagine Tina making such profane things as furniture.
Profane.
Yeah.
But mundane, just yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, they did look like a sort of typical store, you know, sort of dining room set, sitting room set, you know. It's as you say, you know, sort of it's it's like often sort of compared the creative thing, you know, sort of some people's idea of creativity is to go shopping and then get all these things and then create an environment with them. And there's nothing wrong with that. It's like decorating or making an environment, even though they didn't build or create individual things. It's like photo montage or something. You know, the artist who makes a
Yes.
photo montage, the photos come from here, there, and everywhere, but the art is in the montage and
Yes.
this, you know, the juxtaposition of things.
And the combination with her own things also.
Yeah. Oh yeah, of course. Yeah.
That is really cool.
So how long did you spend on the jet ski, James?
Oh, gracious. I went from point
Quite
to
long.
point, and
Yeah.
you know, maybe 10,
Oh,
15
here's the
minutes.
one we mentioned earlier, but we yeah, back in the same place there.
Hmm.
Yeah. There's yeah, obviously you got the odd bits on land where you need the camera and stuff, but I mean going around you're trying to get to everything on the jet ski is a task in itself, I would think.
Oh, it's fun.
The way
But
it's
I
laid
ride
out.
horses and running and airplanes and boats in virtual
Yeah.
worlds often, so I enjoy that a lot.
Yeah. Yeah, boats are usually the thing I crash least.
I crash with everything.
Get me in a plane or a car, and
I don't
I
crash
crash
the
for the
horse
sec-
very
Fly in a
often.
car,
The
boat,
horse is
whatever.
not too much
Oh,
to
my horse!
crash.
No,
Not the
yeah, my
horse.
horses.
Yeah.
My horses are fine. Yeah, I like my horses. Oh, that's cute. Poppy. Oh,
Puppy.
use one there. Oh, it's animash. Oh, nick that. Oh, what a sweet little thing that was.
That really is a Chinese race of dogs,
It
and
looks.
it's
Yeah.
all hairless except for the hair on the head, the ears, and the tail. The rest of it is all bald.
Have you gotten to the music stage yet, Mel?
So here.
Yeah, on this region, there's another Paul McCartney on the music stage, and I think there might be a Jerry Garcia, if I'm not mistaken.
Right, right. As I said, it's last November I filmed this, and I remember it. God, I've got to show that. It's a wow. This is a wow
Yeah, yeah.
week. But remembering all the actual details, what was included here,
Yeah.
I don't know. There's the inside of that building to come here at the end. And yeah, I must. I don't think I've missed anything. It's possible, but sort of. There's that one chunk of land basically that is a sort of mini island, and then there's all these different things spread around on the water. Can you remember where the music stage was?
Oh, I've seen it in the background there. It has colored hoop type arches on a little island
Oh,
area.
right. Okay. Hopefully, I'll get to it. Yeah, I remember getting this is obviously where I picked up the Paul McCartney, who's come to our studio too. Very good of him. But that was the indoor bit, we saw at the beginning. So, I bet you.
The workers.
Yeah. The worker bees. They're coloured like bees. They're like bees,
right.
aren't they? The colours, yeah. Oh, is that John Lennon? Yes, it is. It's not the music stage, but it's. Oh, it's Yoko's Peace. Well, yes, actually, it's Yoko's Peace Tower, which is in Iceland, I think. The real thing. Gets lit up once a year.
So I missed that. I don't remember seeing that. Wow.
I mean, the real thing is, well, it beams up an awful long way. Can be seen from a long way off. A nice tribute. Oh, it's getting very wet here, isn't it? There's rain everywhere all of a sudden. As if we haven't got enough water in that ocean. Look at this, just the cartoon balloon at the back as well. Just
Tosha, that reminds me of your jar exhibit.
Oh, that's the one I call the main building. Now I know McCartney's in there, but I think that's the clip I've got later on. There's about 4 minutes of this left, and yeah, we're getting through it all. I hope there wasn't one I missed. I do
Kids
remember.
enjoying the rain.
Yeah, and the lightning by the look of it too.
Yeah.
Wouldn't be so happy about the lightning if I were them, but nevertheless, a long shot. Oh, now I'm back out there again. Oh, is this music stage? Did I get it? Or is that it in the? Tell from a distance. It's like you kept coming around and coming to the same things again, and then just tilting the camera a bit, and didn't get to that before. It's like a bit of a 3D maze. You must put an awful lot of work into the textures too, like the wraparound texture on these buildings that look like old parchments or something.
Absolutely.
Oh, this is the music stage. It must be, surely. That's McCartney down there.
Oh, yeah. Yep. And some guitars, if I remember.
Yeah, I didn't. I'm like, oh, God, I've gone away from it. When you're filming in the air, you don't see the detail until you sort of zoom in, and it's easy to think, oh, I've been there, haven't I? And then
I wonder if Racer X and Second Life have seen that snail.
oh, yeah, fair. But as you don't know, there's it's been going weekly for about 20 years, I think, since Second Life started. A weekly snail races.
Yeah, giant snail races.
Giant snail races, yeah. It's an old tradition. I mean, I must admit, I've seen one, you've seen them all, but there's a lot of regulars who have great fun trying to get their snails to move in what is basically a very laggy environment, so quite appropriate for snails, really. You ever seen a snail go to snail's pace? Yeah, we call it lag. B2 chips. Oh, I see. So all this money flying around with the camera, which this clip is about to end. There's a bit more musician there. Getting all this into a bit of film, you can imagine how long it was, to go there and walk around and get your jet ski and stop off at each place. You could spend a whole day or afternoon, at least, I would think. Surprise round every corner, or every island. Oh, there we go. Yeah. Compelling. There we are. Yeah. So this is the end of that film, but then I took some more film indoor. I actually started the next film at the same place this one ends.
I like that. Imagined delusions. What's delusional? I don't see anything delusional there.
Imagined delusions. Well, yeah, a bit more than illusions. No, I know what she's. Yeah.
No, there's an ironic criticism.
I'm saying these are delusions, but
Right.
yeah, I don't. Oh, she's got that app thing, hasn't she, as well? I think I meant to have a good look at that. Download again. Yeah, so this is the final 5-minute film, which has sort of started from where the other one left off.
I can't even imagine making one of these things, much less
Yeah,
a far region full of them.
the whole thing, yeah.
The
And that's,
same here.
I wonder how long it actually took her. That's another thing. You when we see the end result, we don't
so
know the
much.
technique used in making it. We don't know the time spent or no QC. So much of that practical stuff is a mystery. But as you say, sort of you balk not only at what she's done, but also how the hell has she done all this?
Practice,
Is,
practice, practice.
and imagination. Imagination at the end of the day is. I think that's what she refers to as delusional. Like, not taking herself too seriously with that remark, I think.
It sure looks like a giant
very
snail
cool.
race.
Yes. I could actually, well, having the flag there for bringing the race on, that may be a sort of still tribute to the giant snail races, you know, for the starting flag.
Right.
There it started. That's interesting. So that presumably is something she did really early, maybe.
I like the colors.
Yeah, primaries.
I'm a person who likes yellow. Just don't look at my feet.
Yeah. At least on this show, we don't have to see too much of your feet.
That's right.
Out on safari.
You can't help.
People follow your, you know, we follow your feet like
The
we
yellow
follow
glow.
Tosha's hair.
Yep.
Men with a feet, usually with a seat.
There's the music area.
Music
Again.
stage. There is. So there's another
Oh,
McCartney on
yes.
the glass piano now. Translators and yeah, so I did get it in at the end. Yeah, I just kept discovering more stuff. You know, it's my camera was obviously over that at some point and just passed it by completely until we came back. I'm looking at the clock on this thing and thinking, wait, I'm sure I filmed a bit of indoors. I hope there's not a clip I'm missing or something.
You did do a lot indoors at the beginning of the space station.
Yeah, no, when we the very beginning was sort of we went out the exit, didn't we? Oh yeah, when I was on the jet ski. Yeah, I don't know. I think sort of sculpts with really vibrant colours.
Hey, yellow feet.
So that's where you got the idea. That's where you got the idea from. Now we know, James.
No. I had that before that.
Or maybe Tina got the idea from your shoes.
Oh my goodness, wouldn't that be something?
Yeah.
My claim to fame.
Yeah. I influenced. Yeah. Did I get into that one before? Oh no, wait. I think I did. Oh, Taste of the Brotherhood, indeed. I think it's I think this is different. Same furniture inside, maybe. Yeah. Oh, it's just mind-boggling, isn't it? I'm so glad we got round to doing this, because otherwise it'd been on the shelf for ages. You know, sort of. We did hope we could somehow involve Tina, even if it's just in YouTube chat or something, but. There's this folder, you know, ready to go for, what is it, November, December, January, February, yeah, 4 or 5 months now, so there it is. And we are nearing the end, so yes, I do. Oh yeah, I don't think it doesn't look, I thought I filmed much more of the inside of that place there, but if I did, it's going to be only 20 seconds worth. There we are, the admin building. So yeah, there was a McCartney in there too. And
Yep.
yeah, we did get a few things at the beginning, I think. Days. Exhibition. There it is. Oh yes, and there's a bit where she's in front of that picture as well. Yeah, we did get it in. So that's it. That is all the film we got of Tina, but there's plenty of it there. I think it amounts to about 40 minutes in all or something.
Wow.
I don't know how long we've been on air, but we'll take off about 10 minutes or so.
Thank you, Mel. It was great. I really liked it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it means we've had a sort of shorter show, I think, than usual, but it's actually a rather special one, because I mean, we do have a focus on art. I mean, I know we say destinations and people and everything else, but um, just as in the early days of Second Life, there was a group called Not Possible in Real Life, and the artists would congregate, to do things in 3D space that they couldn't do in the real world's 3D, but you can't manipulate it in quite the same way, we've always had sculpture and installations and things, but what you can do when you play with the defy physics and things is pretty astonishing. So this really is, along with Cherry Manga and Tosha, of course.
Leave me out of there.
There are a few
I am
people
a
we put.
bricklayer. I am not an artist.
Yeah, well,
I'm a bricklayer.
You're a craft worlder.
the craft. Yes, the craft woman.
Exactly.
Men, of course, we're all
A
craft.
craftswoman,
Yeah.
not an
But
artist.
well, doing safaris and things like that, it's always a highlight when Gina's involved in something. Same with Joe Mango, and there are others, but and some things that require taste, like the guy we celebrate every year is Primary Color Guy.
Cornflakes.
Cornflakes, yeah, Cornflakes Week everywhere. So there are identifiable. Don't like to call people superstars, but sometimes you have no choice but to go with a word like that. Really, no, I think it's wonderful stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So, anybody got anything else for this week, or should we call this date a night or whatever?
I think it's good. We're very busy with HIE. It is that time to
Of course
get
we
it all
are.
together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A little bit for the rehearsals and stuff at the
Right.
moment, which will continue tomorrow and throughout the week, and even at the weekend. So it wasn't a great deal of time to prepare these shows.
I put up
We
URL for the HIE blog up on screen.
Oh, very good, very good. Yeah, I mean, I think I might have saying that it's 3 weeks this weekend to the actual event, or is it 2? I can't. So basically, I think the next week and the week after will be a kind of lead in to
Right.
HIE. We'll one way or other, we'll probably have a guest next week, and then over the weekend after that, we'll try and get those about for 1 week just to talk about it.
Okay.
If she's not too busy, we shall see. Okay, well, I think for this week we can call it a wrap, so to speak. I'd like to thank Tosha, of course, my wonderful co-host.
Oh, you're welcome, Mel.
It was a good one. And James Atlloud, the right-hand man, the tech man, the audiovisual wizard, the shoes.
The shoes are the best part. Come on.
Yeah,
admit
the Tina Bay footwear.
That's right. You gotta have those orange
And
Crocs.
you've got, I don't know whether you just put that specially on today, but they've got a bigger glow than usual, haven't they?
Oh,
You added a
I
bit of
can't
glow?
tell. I keep the glow down for the most part when I'm filming. So
Well, you're glowing at the moment, let's put it that way. It's not rosy cheeks, it's yellow feet.
yellow feet.
All right.
And Tasha made
Okay.
these, by the way. So Tasha gave me
Oh, right.
the models for them. So
Ah,
she can
okay.
share in the blame.
The radioactive clogs, really,
Oh,
aren't
I
they?
colored them. She found and set the model up for
Oh.
me.
I see. Okay.
Thank you, Tasha.
You're welcome, James.
Very good. Great. Okay. Well, feel like there should be more to come, but there isn't. So I'm going to close down the show. I'm going to wish you all a very good morning, a very good afternoon, a very good evening, and a good tomorrow, depending on wherever and whenever you are. And in Tina Bay's universe, it could be anywhere and anywhere. Okay, we'll be back next week, of course. But for now, it's a wrap.